Welcome, pilots. My name is Hybrid V, and today I wanted to have a chat with y'all about the channel going forward and what to expect content-wise. While we do that, I'm going to go ahead and do some deliveries in my Freelancer Miss. This is the Freelancer, but Miss took it and created a variant of it that is designed for the civilian defense market. So it's a militia patrol boat. It is armed with multiple military-grade components, as well as a default stock complement of miniguns. I have swapped them out for attrition laser cannon, or laser repeaters, I should say. And it also boasts a very hefty complement of missiles, so it makes a good missile boat. And we're going to go ahead and take this out for a spin and talk about the channel. Alright, let's go ahead and get her powered on. Hope you're all doing all well. I know the quarantine has kind of hit, home pretty hard. Me personally, I'm going stir crazy. I can't wait until I can, probably when this whole thing blows over. I'm just going to take like a really long road trip. And I know for a lot of you out there, it's probably hit even harder. And my heart goes out to all of you. And I wish you all the best in these trying times. But anyway, back to Star Citizen, back to the channel. When I first made those tutorial videos, the basic tutorial and the basic combat video, my goal was, I felt like there was something missing with a lot of other tutorials that you could see out there, as well as the fact that CIG doesn't do tutorials. They kind of do a little bit. They do every so often put out guides to help you, but I feel like there's still a lot of nuance that gets missed. I mean, just simple things like the fact that people don't realize that you can just tap F to open a door instead of holding F, for any actions like that. These are just little simple things. As well as like tactics that you can do within the verse, like doing a flip and burn, things like that. Like, these are just little things that I feel like get missed by sometimes the community, but as well as CIG, of course, themselves, because they're focused on making the game. And of course, so I decided to make these videos just to kind of fill that gap, and of course, you all responded and you enjoyed it. Eternally grateful. I never intended for it to blow up, but it did. And also, big shout out to Cobra TV. I know a lot of you came from his channel after I appeared on his podcast, and we chatted about it a little bit. And I'm glad to see that he also himself has been doing very well, doing the Star Citizen content as well. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about other parts of the tutorial, most notably that you've been asking for, which is the advanced combat tutorial. Interestingly enough, the advanced combat tutorial technically it's done. The problem was after I had finished working on it, I had recorded all the footage, I had edited everything together, pieced it, I realized that the video was almost an hour and a half long. Yeah, so that was a bit of a problem. I didn't want to go and put a convoluted hour and a half video chock full of information just for 3 months later for the video to just get thrown out because it's obsolete. So I had to sit back and think about how I wanted to approach it. So I have decided now going forward, I'm going to be doing them in parts. So instead of doing like combat tactics and all the components and these different things, like I actually want to do them in parts. It's important. That's the reason why I wanted to split up. It helps me, saves me time, and my sanity, as well as it ensures that new players coming in aren't being overwhelmed, and also it doesn't just become obsolete after a new patch. I can just replace the individual parts that are obsolete instead of replacing the video as a whole. It just makes my life easier. So yeah, I mean, that's my goal going forward. I want to be sure I'm getting this content out to you all, mainly because I know you're all cooped up like I am. So I want to give you something to watch and enjoy, while at the same time also being informative. I also want to be sure I'm reaching new players because 3.9 is around the corner. So I want to be sure that I'm explaining all these new mechanics and stuff that might be coming around. So I may be redoing the basic tutorial. We'll see. I hate this bug. This happens sometimes when you get out of the Freelancer. Sometimes the door is locked like that. You just walk away from the door, and sometimes that fixes the problem. But anyway, back to the channel. So advanced combat is a thing, of course. It's in the works, 100%. I just got to rework some stuff and break them up into parts. I'm also going to kind of sit and wait and see how this Evocati build goes out, especially since it's very close, probably going to first wave. I can't give you a timeline. I'm not a dev, so I don't know exactly when it's going first wave. Even maybe by the time you watch this, it's already first wave. Who knows? Anyway, one of the things I also wanted to talk about going forward is what you would like to see in terms of tutorials. Obviously, we have the combat tutorial, But what else would you all want to see about Star Citizen that you maybe want to learn more about? Do you want to learn more about mining and how to make money in mining? Do you want to learn about, say, the mission contract system? A lot of people don't realize that there's actually a lot of money in the mission contract system if you know what you're doing. Maybe you want to learn more about cargo hauling and all the details about where to pick up cargo, where to go for it, what ships are the best ones, or do you want a buyer's guide for ships? Let me know in the comments. I'm down to get your guys' opinion up on that. The other thing I want to talk about too is the channel is called Hybrid V Audio. Hang on real quick. Let me just find the next pickup point. A neat little trick when you're doing deliveries like I am is to just pick up all the missions or the delivery missions that all end in the same planet or moon that you're trying to get to. In this case, all my deliveries here are to Walla. I just got to pick up all my boxes and then take it to Walla, and we're good. So let's go back to the cockpit and take a shower because apparently my ship sprung a leak. Right, so back to what we were talking about. So the channel's called Hybrid V Audio. And the reason why is because my profession is I am a professional sound designer and audio engineer. What that means is I do sound and occasionally music for games and film. So if you've noticed a couple of videos I've put out, as well as if you look at my older content, a lot of the stuff I do is custom audio, sometimes within Star Citizen. I also work within the Star Citizen community. I did audio for the old machinima, like bulkheads, combined arms, letters from Vega. Do go check those videos out. They're actually on my channel. If you just click on my channel and you go to Game Audio, Sound Design, and Composing, you'll see them all there. You can also check the playlist for Star Citizen stuff there too as well. You can see some of my work there, doing stuff for the community. But beyond that, because my channel is, or my profession I should say, is focused on game audio and music and whatnot, I am curious to get your opinions about possibly doing something like covering, for example, gaming headphones, right? Like, I think one of the things that is really difficult to understand is like, what makes good gaming headsets? What makes good gaming microphones? Like, if you're on a budget, what is going to be the best gaming headset to get? Is this gaming headset I'm going to buy going to just break after, a week? Or does the microphone boom that it comes with sound like crap? Like I bought it from a Happy Meal or something like that? Like, these are things that is very difficult for the average consumer to just figure out on their own. And me being in the position that I am as a professional in the audio industry, I have some opinions on that, and I would love to express that. So is that something you would like to see, like a buyer's guide, or maybe even reviews for like gaming headsets and microphone pieces and stuff like that? I know Noobifier, who is also a content creator for Star Citizen, he's also a huge lover of audio, and he's kind of starting to go that route too. So if that's something you'd like to see, definitely let me know in the comments. I'd love to get your opinion on that. Another idea is to review games, like do actual game reviews, but from an audio professional perspective, talking about games that have amazing audio. An example is like the Battlefield franchise. I think everybody knows the Battlefield franchise and how incredible the audio is for that. Maybe it's not for everybody, audio is subjective, but I think a lot of people agree that it is one of the coolest audio that's come along in gaming over the last decade or so. From Battlefield 3 to 4, and even 1 and 5, respectively, how they approach audio and things like that. But that's just one example. There's tons of games out there that you can probably think of that have amazing audio and amazing music. Like right off the top of my head, I can think of like Subnautica, among other things and stuff like that. But would you like to see something like that? I think I can go in depth and kind of talk about the history of like how the audio is done. Kind of do my own little review of the game from an audio perspective and how much you can get out of it. Like, for example, if you got expensive headphones, like what are the coolest games to play to really just like rattle those cans, things like that. That might be an interesting topic to explore, as well as the normal content that I put out as well, which is like the audio replacement content. Like, for example, the sound sim demo that I created where I took the idea that CIG a long time ago had at one point said that they would like us to be able to alter the sound simulation so that way it could be realistic. And I created my own little demo of that. And you can check that out, what that sounds like. What it's like if they didn't have an audio simulation. It was just all real. And I remember when you used to have to deliver to these guys. Those guys that are standing there, the ones that you can kind of like talk to, you used to be able to deliver to them. Not anymore. I don't know whatever they did with that. But anyway, yeah, those are ideas that I have going forward. As well as, of course, more tutorials, I do want to talk more about that and get more involved with the community. So if you have feedback on that, you want to see something in particular, please let me know in the comments below. And yeah, let's go from there. I look forward to hearing all of you. I will be in the comment section. I'll be having conversations with you all. So if you have anything you want to talk about, let me know. All right, folks. Until next time, I'll see you all in the black.